I want to talk about something that's happening or happened recently. There was a whole debate and discussion about responsible journalism.
Yeah.
The whole thing with DJ Vlad, Joe Budden, Ransom. Do you think that bloggers should be held accountable for some of the things they post on site? Just to say, if someone in a magazine was to write something, and they would be reprimanded or upheld.
Yeah, I think that what you are. I mean, other than when I was editor-in-chief of the magazine, maybe I didn't write that record review. Maybe I didn't, review that live show myself or shoot the picture. But I'm the editor-in-chief, so I'm responsible. You have to take responsibility. If it's on your site, and let's say, especially if you were the ones who originally created the content, you should be responsible in some way. Or you can't then step back and point the finger and say, that has nothing to do with me. No, you put it on your shit. You're choosing what you put on your site. So you're responsible for what your choices are. But, I think we always have a tendency to blame a lot of things on media. And artists do dumb shit, and then they want to say the media started or the media scared it. No, you did dumb shit. So I think at the end of the day, most times unless we go crazy and start, there was a time with the whole XSL Source thing where we put ourselves in the story and we both kind of lost control, me and Benzino and whoever else. But 9 times out of 10, as a journalist, you're not in the story. You're just documenting it. You're stepping out of the picture. And it's up to the artists to do dumb shit. I mean, they make stupid vlogs and they make crazy shit and send crazy diss songs and make cartoons. They're doing these. Like, we're putting it up, but we can't create it. We can't make you ignorant or crazy. Like, you have to do it. And then we could blow it up further and fan the flame. But if you're not doing dumb shit, if the whole rap world was just about positivity and Obama's the president and black power, black power, black power, we couldn't just make up ignorant shit to put up on our sites or on our magazines. Bro. Yeah. So I get real sensitive when people want to blame everything on media. And then if you look at the landscape, everybody wants to now be media. Everybody has a camera, no disrespect to you. Everybody has a site. Everybody's artists trying to do their own, build their own community, and everybody wants to control the masses. Everybody wants to be media. So as much as they point the finger and say, you're the bad guy, everybody wants that. Everybody wants to be media. I think we're all fascinated by it, especially nowadays.
Yeah, I think I had a similar situation. Kanye West came to London, did a listening party, and after listening session, he talked to everyone, and he made this comment about Beyonce and Rihanna.
Okay.
He said that
was a hot comment.
He said that Rihanna was the best thing to happen to Beyonce.
Yeah.
That's exact words. I put it on my site.
You put it up first?
Yeah,
okay.
and then it got picked up by the YBF and other sites. Kanye looks at YBF and he goes, oh, it's the media, they misconstrue it. You said that comment. And
then he later on admitted that he did back up the comment. So that's the thing you can't control. It's like, they want to control that part of it.
Yeah.
You say something, and even if you say it on the record, seeing it in print and taking that in its own way and presenting it and giving it the pull quote effect gives it even more of a significance. And I think that's when artists and that's when people can't take that part of it. But that's the reality. Kanye does interviews and he wants to be a good interview and he wants to be a controversial figure and he says spicy shit. Like, he says controversial shit. He can't help it. So then he gets mad when people blow it up because you could take the controversial statement and put it in a different context if you choose, or just on its own, it carries its own weight. And he sometimes, if it's not in his control to present it, he's upset that he lost that power, which is why he's so dedicated to his blog. And I said before, like, in his mind, he thinks he's doing CNN.com because it's all through the judgment of him. And it's hard for all these people. It's hard for artists who are rich and powerful, whether you're Jay-Z or whoever, that have all this money and have all this power and have all this influence and have so many people on your payroll. But this is one aspect that you can't control. You can't control putting this on your site and blowing it up. And ego-wise, motherfuckers can't take that. But, that's what it is. I mean, at least you're not like athletes and shit where you have to fucking do press and the way they do. Like, athletes have to. You think LeBron always wants to answer the stupid ass question after he hits the jump shot? How do you feel missing the jump shot? No, but he has to. You know why he has to? Because he gets paid millions of fucking dollars and it's in his contract to provide himself to media. So to a certain aspect, these artists have to provide themselves to media. And if you're at a listening session and all these journalists are around, and you make a statement, you should know, and you do know in the back of your mind that somebody's going to put that shit up.
What advice can you give to upcoming budding journalists? I've seen interviews where you've talked about, we need fresh talent and to reinvigorate journalism, hip-hop journalism. What advice can you give to upcoming?
I mean, study the game and just try to be original. Try to look at what's missing. Try to bring your expertise to the table. Present what makes you different, what makes you unique. I think a lot of people are trying to do the same thing. I think that we all have different interests and biases and things that we like. Let's say you only fuck with West Coast hip hop. Like, fuck, you still mad because Snoop's not the hottest rapper in the game, or what? Like, then just give me the ultimate West Coast hip hop site. I mean, there's some cool ones like Dub CNN, no disrespect to them, but I'm just saying my idea is that basically, especially even with the South, like they say the South is so big in America. They say the South has obviously been at the forefront of the hip hop movement. There's not a lot of really good Southern-based hip hop sites, So I think that a lot of people are being underserved still. We have so much stuff, but there's not enough really good stuff. So I think that the lane is open in some ways, and I think that what you need to do is figure out what makes you different, what makes you unique, and develop your voice, and study the game, and study your history, and poly with people, and come in humble to a certain aspect, and work hard, and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. I mean, there's no set way to do it. I mean, that's kind of how I did it. You got to do it. You got to love it in your heart, and you got to work really fucking hard. It's nothing glamorous about it. You do it because you want to make a nice check, and you want that nice check, and I like a nice check, but you also have to feel the sense of accomplishment and statement and get a personal reward out of it, because that's what hip-hop is. It's like you don't want to just be chasing a check. You want to make your statement and get the nice check, You want everything. You want the money and the girl. You don't want the money, just the girl without the money, with the money and the girl. This is, KRS says it's not about salary, it's all about reality. It's about a salary and it's about reality. So you could have both. I don't fuck you either or. I want it all. Brand new socks and drawers, like Warren G said. So, I listen to too much rap.